An alarming incident unfolded at the Orleans Justice Center in New Orleans. A significant jailbreak occurred in the early morning hours of May 16th. Initially, 10 inmates managed to escape the facility. The method of escape was complex and seemingly well-planned. The inmates created a large hole in a wall located behind a toilet fixture. This hole provided access to a loading dock area. Cell 6 was identified as the specific point of origin for the escape. The inmates reportedly forced open the door to Cell 6. They then wrenched out a metal bathroom fixture, either a toilet or a sink, from the wall. Following the removal of the fixture, they sawed off steel bars that were behind it. This created the opening they needed to proceed. The inmates then shimmied through the hole they had created in the wall. Upon reaching the loading dock, they leapt off it to the ground below. To overcome the perimeter security, they scaled a barbed wire fence. Blankets were reportedly used to protect themselves while climbing the fence. Their final move was to dash across a nearby interstate highway. The escape is estimated to have taken place around 1:30 a.m. The breach was not discovered immediately. The escape was only found approximately 7 hours later. This occurred during the regular morning headcount. The discovery time was around 8:30 a.m. Give a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Following the escape, efforts to apprehend the inmates began swiftly. 3 inmates were quickly recaptured by the end of the day on May 16th. 2 additional inmates were later recaptured by May 20th, which was the following Tuesday. However, a week after the incident, 5 inmates still remain uncaptured. A manhunt is actively underway for these individuals. Their identities have been released to the public. Those still at large are identified as Jermaine Donald, Derek Groves, Leo Tate, Lenton Van Buren, and Antoine Massey. The seriousness of the charges faced by these individuals is a major concern. This group includes individuals charged with second-degree murder, specifically Donald, Van Buren, and Groves. Others among the 5 face serious charges including rape, kidnapping, and aggravated battery. The recaptured inmates were identified as Robert Moody, DeKeenan Dennis, Kendall Miles, Gary Price, and Corey Boyd. The ongoing efforts to locate the remaining 5 are extensive. Authorities are urging the public to provide any information they may have. Substantial rewards are being offered for information leading to the apprehension of the remaining fugitives. Rewards of up to $20,000 per inmate have been announced. The investigation into the escape has led to several arrests of individuals accused of providing assistance. At least 4 people have been charged in connection with aiding the escapees. One of the individuals charged is a jail maintenance worker. Sterling Williams, 33 years old, faces charges related to the escape. He is accused of extensively colluding with the inmates involved. Williams allegedly shut off the water supply to a specific cell. This action is believed to have facilitated the removal of the toilet fixture used in the escape. Court papers mention that Williams claimed he was threatened with a shank by an inmate, specifically Antoine Massey. However, Williams' lawyer has offered a different account. His lawyer claims Williams shut off the water solely to address a clogged toilet. The lawyer maintains that Williams was unaware of any escape plan. 2 women have also been charged with providing assistance after the escape. Courtney Harris, 32 years old, is one of the women charged. She is alleged to have provided transportation to 2 of the fugitives after they escaped the jail. Corvante Baptiste, 38 years old, is the other woman charged. Baptiste allegedly helped obtain food for one of the escapees, Corey Boyd, while he was in hiding. Further arrests have also been made in connection with the incident. A current inmate, Trevon D. Williams, was arrested. A 5th person, whose identity has not been widely publicized, was also arrested. These individuals face charges related to the escape itself or aiding the escapees. Louisiana State Police have issued stern warnings to the public. They emphasize the serious legal consequences for anyone found to be assisting the fugitives. The jailbreak has raised significant concerns among officials and the public. Orleans Parish District Attorney Jason Williams has voiced his worries. He believes the escape appeared to be an inside job, suggesting potential complicity from within the facility. District Attorney Williams is particularly worried about the safety of his staff members. The escape of dangerous individuals poses a direct threat to those involved in their prosecution. Two attorneys who had tried a case against one of the escapees, Derek Groves, reportedly fled the state for their safety. The escape has also impacted victims and witnesses in cases involving the fugitives. Some victims and witnesses have requested relocation due to fears for their safety. There are concerns that the dangers highlighted by this escape will have a chilling effect. This could potentially reduce the willingness of individuals to testify in court. It may also make people hesitant to serve on juries in criminal trials. The impact on victims' families has been particularly painful. Families of victims in cases involving the escapees have expressed frustration. They are frustrated over the delays in their cases, which were already significant. The escape has deepened the pain and trauma experienced by these families. Some families feel there has been a lack of timely communication from law enforcement regarding the situation. The family of Jamar Robinson, a victim in a case involving one of the escapees, is among those expressing this concern. As a precaution, some families have temporarily left the city. They are seeking safety elsewhere while the fugitives remain at large. The escape clearly exploited significant security failures within the Orleans Justice Center. Several lapses in supervision have been identified as contributing factors. It was reported that a patrolling deputy was absent from the housing area at the time of the escape. Additionally, a civilian employee monitoring inmates reportedly stepped away from their post. These failures allowed the inmates to carry out their escape plan undetected for hours. The incident has also brought to light underlying systemic issues at the jail. The facility has a history of severe overcrowding. Understaffing is another persistent problem. The sheriff has stated she has only about half the needed staff. Inadequate security measures and defective technology are also cited as issues. Malfunctioning doors within the facility have been a known problem. The Orleans Justice Center has been under federal scrutiny for years due to these ongoing issues. A court-appointed monitor oversees the jail's operations and compliance with federal mandates. The monitor's findings have previously cited failures to properly separate violent or escape risk inmates. Unsupervised housing units have also been highlighted as a concern by the monitor. There were several missed opportunities to detect the escape as it was happening or shortly after. These include mandated security rounds that should have occurred. Camera surveillance systems should have provided monitoring. Door lock monitoring systems could have alerted staff to tampering. The delay in discovery meant the escape was only found during the regular morning breakfast service and head count. Criticism has been directed at Sheriff Susan Hudson following the escape. She was elected as a progressive reformer with a mandate to improve the jail. However, critics argue she has fallen short on implementing federally mandated improvements. The governor and local officials have also publicly criticized the sheriff's handling of the facility. Sheriff Hudson herself admitted to procedural failures and missed notifications related to the escape. She also stated her belief that the escapees had help from her staff. As a result, she has suspended 3 employees without pay, pending further investigation. The New Orleans Jailbreak has also highlighted broader issues within the criminal justice system. The significant delays in processing criminal cases are a major factor. Some of the escapees had been held for extended periods, awaiting trial or sentencing. These delays are attributed partly to backlogs caused by the pandemic. However, deeper local systemic issues also contribute to the slow pace of justice. Governor Jeff Landry demanded an investigation specifically into the case delays for the escapees. The governor suggested that some of the escapees might have already been transferred to state prison if their cases had proceeded faster. This incident in New Orleans is not the only recent jail escape in Louisiana. Another escape occurred at the Tangipahoa Parish Jail. Trevon Johnson escaped from that facility on May 22. Tangipahoa Parish is located about 70 miles away from New Orleans. The method of escape in this separate incident also involved assistance. Another inmate reportedly helped Johnson lift himself over the fence. Similar to the New Orleans case, there was a delay in discovering Johnson's absence. His escape was not discovered for approximately 5 hours. Alarmingly, this was Trayvon Johnson's second escape from the Tangipahoa Parish Jail within the span of a year. These incidents underscore potential vulnerabilities across correctional facilities in the state. The focus remains on apprehending the 5 individuals still at large from the Orleans Justice Center. The community remains on alert as the manhunt continues. Authorities are working to address the security lapses that allowed this dangerous event to occur. The impact on public safety and the justice system is significant.